Welcome to the world of podcasting. Have you ever wished you had your own radio show? Or maybe you love listening to interesting conversations and thought, I could do that. Well, guess what? You can, and it's easier than you think. Welcome to the world of podcasting. Podcasts are like radio shows you can listen to anytime, anywhere. They cover every topic imaginable, from business and history to true crime and comedy. The best part? Anyone can start a podcast. Yes, even you. If you're passionate about something and love to share your thoughts, podcasting might be your perfect creative outlet. It's a fantastic way to connect with like-minded people, build a community, and even earn money doing something you enjoy. This guide will walk you through every step of starting your own podcast, from choosing a topic to hitting that publish button. Let's turn your podcast dream into a reality. Finding your voice. Choosing the right topic. The first step to starting a podcast is choosing a topic. This is where you get to explore your passions. What are you genuinely excited to talk about? What do you know a lot about? Don't be afraid to pick a niche topic. In fact, focusing on a specific area can help you attract a dedicated audience. For example, instead of a broad movie reviews podcast, consider focusing on a specific genre like horror films or documentaries. Think about your long-term commitment. Choose a topic you can see yourself talking about for months or even years to come. Passion and enthusiasm will shine through in your podcast, making it more engaging for your listeners. Remember, your podcast, your rules. Choose a topic you love and you'll be off to a great start. Speaking their language. Identifying your audience. Once you have a topic, think about your ideal listener. Who are you trying to reach with your podcast? What are their interests? Understanding your target audience is crucial for creating content that resonates with them. For example, if your podcast is about vintage video games, your audience might be adults who grew up playing those games. Consider their age, interests, lifestyle, and even their preferred listening habits. Do they listen to podcasts on their commute while working out or before bed? Knowing your audience will help you tailor your content, format, and even your marketing efforts. Remember, you're not creating a podcast for everyone. You're creating it for people who share your passion for the topic. Keep your ideal listener in mind, and you'll create a podcast they'll love. Gearing up essential podcast equipment. You don't need a fancy studio to start a podcast. In fact, you can get started with just a few basic pieces of equipment. The most important is a good microphone. A decent USB microphone can significantly improve your audio quality compared to your computer's built-in microphone. Next, you'll need headphones. This is essential for monitoring your audio while recording and editing. Closed-back headphones are ideal, as they prevent sound from leaking back into the microphone. You'll also need recording and editing software. There are many free and paid options available, some even designed specifically for podcasts. Choose one that suits your budget and technical skills. Don't feel pressured to buy expensive equipment right away. Start with the basics and upgrade as your podcast grows. Remember, the most important thing is your content, not the equipment you use to create it. Section 5. Recording magic, capturing crystal clear audio. Good audio quality is crucial for a successful podcast. Here are a few tips for recording clear and professional sounding audio. Find a quiet recording space. Background noise can be distracting for listeners. Choose a room with minimal echo and try to eliminate any external noises. Speak clearly and at a consistent volume. Use a pop filter to reduce plosives, those popping sounds from P&B sounds, and maintain a consistent distance from the microphone. Don't be afraid to do multiple takes. It's better to re-record a section than to have distracting mistakes in your final edit. Practice and preparation can also help you deliver your content more smoothly. Remember, clear and engaging audio is what will keep listeners coming back for more. Take the time to get it right. Section 6. Editing Essentials. Polishing your podcast. Once you've recorded your podcast, it's time to edit. Editing can seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be. Basic editing involves removing mistakes, long pauses, and background noise. You can also use editing software to add intro and outro music, adjust audio levels, and create a more polished sound. Many software programs offer tutorials and resources to help you learn the ropes. Don't get bogged down in perfection. Focus on creating a clean and enjoyable listening experience. As you gain experience, you can experiment with more advanced editing techniques. Remember, editing is where you get to refine your podcast and make it truly shine. Section 7. Sharing your voice, hosting and distributing your podcast. With your podcast edited and ready to go, you'll need a place to host it. A podcast hosting platform stores your audio files and generates an RSS feed, which is essential for submitting your podcast to directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Choose a hosting platform that fits your needs and budget. Some popular options include Libsyn, Buzzsprout, and Podbean. These platforms offer various features like analytics, website integration, and monetization options. Once you've uploaded your podcast to your chosen platform, submit it to directories to make it accessible to a wider audience. Most directories have specific requirements, so ensure your podcast meets those guidelines. Congratulations! Your podcast is now live and ready to be discovered by the world. Section 8. Spreading the word, marketing your podcast. Creating a great podcast is just the first step. You also need to let people know it exists. Marketing your podcast is crucial for attracting listeners and building a loyal audience. Start by promoting your podcast on your existing social media platforms. Create engaging posts, share snippets of your episodes, and interact with your followers. Consider creating a dedicated website or landing page for your podcast. Collaborate with other podcasters in your niche, guest on their shows, and invite them to be guests on yours. This is a great way to cross-promote your podcasts and reach new listeners. Engage with your listeners. Respond to comments. Ask for feedback, and consider hosting Quanda sessions or live events. Building a community around your podcast can significantly boost your listenership. Remember, marketing your podcast is an ongoing process. Be patient, consistent, and creative in your efforts, and you'll see your audience grow over time. Section 9. Ready, Set, Podcast. Your journey begins now. Starting a podcast is an exciting journey filled with creativity, connection, and the joy of sharing your voice with the world. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to podcast. The most important thing is to be yourself, have fun, and create content you're passionate about. Don't be afraid to experiment, learn from your mistakes, and evolve your podcast over time. The world of podcasting is constantly changing, so embrace the learning process and enjoy the ride. Now go out there, share your voice, and make some podcasting magic.